That's pretty good.
Books that I read in 2024.
Come on in, come on up, come on over for the merriest time of year. Come on up, come on in, get together for a good time. Smile, my dear.
The perfect bite. Hi guys, good morning. Welcome back to the vlog. I'm so excited today because today we're making 200 spring rolls to give our friends and family for the holiday season. I'm also going to wrap some for my neighbors as well, so today's going to be a really busy day prepping, wrapping, deep frying, and delivering spring rolls. We already got our matcha tonic, so let's get cooking. Hi friends, welcome back to the vlog. I can't believe Christmas is just around the corner. Seriously, where did the year go? I feel like I was just ringing in 2024 and celebrating my big 3-0. If you didn't know already, my love language is definitely food. So a few weeks ago, I came up with the idea to give my friends and family homemade spring rolls for the holiday season. And hear me out, this is just my hot take, but I swear nothing tastes better than vegetarian spring rolls. They're so crispy, light, and so refreshing. Honestly, the perfect holiday treat. Okay, now that all the vegetables are chopped, we're now gonna prep the cabbage. This step is actually super important. It's a secret tip to prevent these spring rolls from getting soggy and making sure it stays super crispy the whole time. All we have to do is actually salt the cabbage, and we're gonna massage well and set it aside for 20 minutes. The salt is gonna help draw the water from the cabbage, which will help make sure that everything stays super crunchy. To make sure that everything stays super crispy and nothing gets soggy, I like to saute some of the vegetables first. This not only adds so much flavor, but also helps draws out any extra moisture. Start by sauteing shiitake mushroom with a little bit of 4 seasoned scallion sauce for 3 to 4 minutes. Next, add in green onions and a drizzle of golden shallot oil. Saute for another 3 to 4 minutes. Finally, toss in the carrots and cook for another 3 more minutes to bring everything together. While that's cooking, soak your vermicelli noodles in cold water for around 10 minutes, drain and set aside. Okay, so I just finished squeezing out half of the cabbage, and I actually turned 3 bowls of cabbage into 1. And I want to show you guys how much water we're able to draw out of the 3 bowls of cabbage. Not sure if you can see it, but this is why this step is so important, because if we didn't do this, this will all go into the spring rolls, which will make it really soggy when we deep fry it or if you let it sit around for a bit. So make sure to always salt your cabbage and draw all the water. I know it's a lot of work, but trust me, it's so worth it. You just have to squeeze out all excess water. Now it's time to assemble. Add the sauteed veggies to the cabbage, then add in noodles, cilantro, vegetarian oyster sauce, and a pinch of white pepper. Mix everything together until it's well combined. Now let's wrap. Take 1 piece of wrapper and place the filling at the bottom corner. Roll the bottom up and fold the 2 sides in. Tuck it in nice and tight and roll it all the way up. To seal, just dab a little bit of flour mixture along the edges, and there you have it, the perfect spring roll. It might take a little bit of practice, but trust me, practice makes perfect. If you're new to wrapping, don't worry, you can also double up on the wrappers for the extra support. And just like that, we are ready to deep fry.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing just you and me.
Now look at that. Let's go deliver some spring rolls. I realized I never did a taste test. Quick taste test before we head out.
Cheers.
Cheers. So crispy.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's cut out.
We're chasing snowflakes as they're falling down, and follow Rudolph all across the town.
Hi guys, good afternoon. Dom and I are heading out to date night. I am so excited. I'm actually starving right now, and we're going to this Korean restaurant that I've been so excited to visit. My Pilates teacher as well as all my Korean friends actually say it's their favorite Korean restaurant here in Vancouver. So let's head out.
It's December again. I can't believe it. Whatever happened to the rest of the year? It went by so fast.
I recently came across something called the 1-1-1 rule. One date night every week, one weekend away every month, and 1 week-long vacation together every year. While I absolutely agree that we should always make time for the people that we love, and Dom and I do try our best to have 1 weeknight a week, I also realize that life is unpredictable. And more than anything, I think it's so important to just live in the moment. Don't save all your energy for that one date night a week. Sometimes even the smallest moments in a day, like sharing a meal, laughing together at something silly, or just sitting side by side can feel so special. If there's one thing that my dad taught me is that there's always happiness to be found in the everyday. He had this beautiful way of finding joy even in the smallest things. It could be something as simple as treating yourself to a tiny piece of chocolate at the end of the day, reading a page from your favorite book, going for a short walk after work to enjoy the fresh air, or stretching in bed after a long day. So do one small thing every day that makes you happy, and one small thing that makes your loved ones happy. Because at the end of the day, it's not the fancy dinners, expensive gifts, or the grand vacations that we hold closest to our hearts. It's the little everyday moments that slip by unnoticed, and those are the ones that are actually the most precious.
The sound from some street choir caroling through the air.
Okay, so I'm about to pick up my Christmas gift. Dom, do you want to explain the rule?
Yep, you have 3 minutes to walk around the store to check out everything you like, and then you have 1 minute to pick out as many books as you want. You ready?
I'm so excited.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, ready, get set, go. Five, four, three, two, one.
Okay, this is our gift.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
Happy?
That was so hectic. Okay, I'm cheating. I'm gonna get this one myself. Your new book is out.
Final haul.
I wanna go home and read now. Hi guys, good morning. I'm having one of my favorite girl meals today. It is hot rice with spicy tuna, kimchi and mayo, and of course, seaweed. We got our matcha latte. So yummy, love it. Okay, let's mix everything together. Ooh, the perfect bite. Yummy. It's so easy, but oof. And the mayo makes it really creamy. Let's get a kimchi on it. Ah, literally the perfect bite. Anyways, today's actually going to be a really chill day. I'm going to spend most of the day editing this week's vlog. And I think for dinner, I'm craving something warm and cozy and clean just because it is the holiday season and I find that I'm eating so much food that I really want to get my veggie in. So I'm going to try to make something yummy and healthy for dinner. I'm going to enjoy my lunch and I'll see you guys at dinner. Bye! Hi, it's me again. I was just about to put away all the books that I got yesterday and I realized this would be the perfect time to do a 2024 book review. I also included some books that I read at the end of 2023, so in total we got 40 books to review today. I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible because we have so many books. So I'll give you guys a quick review, a summary, as well as a rating of whether or not I recommend the book at all. Anyways, go get comfy, get yourself a quick snack, something to drink, because we're about to review all the books that I read in 2024. Let's go. Starting off with Lessons in Chemistry. I swear this is the book that really got me back into reading. It is so good. It is a historical fiction about romance, love, self-development, and it's also actually a really fun read. I believe this is the author's debut novel because she used to be a scriptwriter, which I think is what makes this book so special. When you're reading it, it feels like you're watching a show. The dialogue is so good. I give this book a 4.75 out of 5 star. Highly recommend. Next up, we got The Silent Patient, a psychological thriller that is an ultimate page turner. I finished this book in 2 days. It's super fast paced. It is about a woman named Alicia who is accused of murder. She is silent, she doesn't talk, and a determined therapist named Theo who is down to crack down what happened and really solve the overall murder mystery. It is very quick, really fast paced, gets you hooked right in the beginning, and it also has a few plot twists in the middle. I give this book a 4 out of 5 star. It is really fun read, but I did find the ending to be a little bit predictable for my liking, but overall I do recommend it. A great read if you like psychological thrillers. Next up, let's go through all the books I read by Emily Henry. So the first book we got is People We Met on Vacation, and this book, I give it a 2 out of 5 star. In fact, I really did not enjoy this book at all. I find that for a romance book to work, you really have to root for the couple. And for this book, I just did not relate and I didn't really care for them. And this actually got me really discouraged to read the rest of the book, even though I know she has a huge cult following. But luckily, the next book I read, which is Book Lover by Emily Henry, again, was so good. This book I rated a 5 out of 5 star. It is not just about romance, but it also has a really cute subplot about family, specifically sister bonds. If you love books, you love cute romance books, easy to read, this is definitely the book that I recommend. It got me laughing, crying, and everything more, which after I read this book, I got even more excited to read the rest of the book. So then I read Beach Read, and you guessed it, another book that I did not like. But this book, I give it a 3 out of 5 star. Like I said, with romance books, I find that you really have to relate to the character and really root for them. I, once again, didn't really care for the overall storyline, and I found it to be very long and hard to read. But then I read Funny Story, and then this one I ended up loving, and I think it's my favorite book by Emily Henry. It's a 5 out of 5 star. It came out this year. This book is the classic black cat golden retriever storyline. It is so cute. The banter is so amazing. It gets you giggling, it gets you happy, it gets you swooning, it gets you crying. It has all emotions in a book. So I said when it comes to Emily Henry books, I think it just depends on whether or not you like the character, you like the overall setting. But they are really fun reads, so I can't wait to read her next book. I think she comes out with a new book every summer, and I can't wait. Back to psychological thrillers, we got None of This Is True. This is the ultimate page turner. I finished this book in 2 days and I still remember so many details from this book. It is a gasping book, a page turner. So much happens at all times. Many times as I read this book, I had to put it down, take a moment to digest what just happened because it is that intense. I give this book a 4.5 out of 5 star. I think the more I think about it, the more amazing this book is, just because how I still think about this book till this day. The only thing about this book though is that definitely go read the trigger warnings. It is quite a bit of trigger warnings. It gets dark. It gets really twisted. So read the trigger warnings first before you give this book a try. But 4.5 out of 5 star. I hope they make this into a Netflix series or a show. Another psychological thriller, we got The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I think this book should also be a show. Same thing, I finished this book in actually 1 day. Such a page turner. I remember reading it, gasping the whole time, putting it down, digesting it, continue reading the book. It is so fun to read. It also puts the book in 3 different perspectives, which I really love that part of the book. It's basically about a girl named Millie who is a housemaid who is desperate for any job, and then she's working for a wealthy family. The longer she works there, the more she discovers their dark secrets. So you kind of understand how the plot goes. I believe there's actually 2 more parts to this book, but I haven't read it yet. If you have, let me know if it's worth it. 4.5 out of 5 star. Highly recommend. Back to romance, I then read 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I think this is the book that really got me in love with her writing. She writes books that feels more like a memoir than anything else. This book's about romance, self-identity, old Hollywood, fame, and so much more, and just balancing everything in your life. It is a little bit slow in the beginning, but as she goes on, it's just such a beautifully written book that I would recommend over and over again. It is a top seller for a reason. Highly recommend. 5 out of 5 star. Speaking of romance, we have to talk about some spicy books. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind spicy books at all, but I do not like any spicy books that don't have any plot and they're just spicy to be spicy. So the first one we got is Wildfire, which I rate a 1 out of 5. I really felt like there was no plot in the book. It was just spicy to be spicy. It is surprisingly, I believe, a New York Times bestseller, but I just did not enjoy it. 1 out of 5. We also got Business Casual, 2 out of 5. Spicy without me caring for the characters. I feel like when a spicy scene comes on, you should be excited. You should be like, oh my god, what's happening next? But with these, I just feel like they're spicy to be spicy. Did not like this book. Next up, we also got Ugly Love. This book isn't that spicy, but I just find that with all Colleen Hoover books, the good thing is that they are so fast-paced, which gets you really addicted right away. However, because they're so fast-paced, they also end really fast suddenly out of nowhere. So I give this book a 3 out of 5 star. I just felt like it was just happening so fast. The way it's written is written in 2 different perspectives. I liked one perspective way more than the other, and then for the parts that I did not like, I was literally just skipping through them. I'm like, can't wait to get to the next chapter. I do not care for the story, but 3 out of 5 star. I did read 2 other books by Colleen Hoover. The first one is Verity. So this is her thriller book. I felt like this book was a fun read. I finished it in a day and a half, but I personally found it to be a little bit more predictable. Actually, really predictable. But I give this book a 3.75 out of 5 stars. Same feedback as I had with any other her book. Happens really fast, but also ends out of nowhere. So I wish that this book had a little bit more detail to it, but her books are really easy to read. I also read It Ends With Us. I don't have the book because I lent it to my friend, so I have It Starts With Us here. This book, I'm sure I don't have to give any explanation. It's made into a movie. I'm sure many of you guys have read it before. I actually really like this book. I give this book a 4 out of 5 star. However, the movie, I give a 2 out of 5 star. So if you are interested in reading the story, read it instead of watching the movie. Yeah, you'll like it. But I didn't read It Starts With Us. I just felt like I was okay already enough with It Ends With Us that I didn't care for the second part of the book. But if you have read this, let me know if I should continue the second book. We got a few more psychological thrillers to go through. The first one is The Last Word by Paler Adams. This is the book that we actually read on our book club on Discord. I'll actually include the link down below if you want to join. So this book, the premise of the book is actually so interesting. It's about a girl who left a bad review on an author, and then the author basically then becomes really intense, and then a bunch of crazy things starts happening in the house after she left the bad review. I would give this book a 3.5 out of 5 star. I think the overall storyline should be so interesting, but it just did not deliver. I think they're such a good plot, something that I think I would read again if someone else writes a similar plot but a different version. We then got The Perfect Child. In this book, Oh my goodness, this is a creepy, creepy book. It reminds me of The Orphan. We read this for my book club actually, and I would give this book a 3.75 out of 5 star. It is so dark, so twisted. It does get you thinking about the book afterwards too. So many trigger warnings, so if you're going to read this book, make sure to read the trigger warnings. I did a detailed deep dive book review for this book, so I'll include it down below. Next, we got The Manor House. This book is basically about a high school sweetheart couple who bought their dream home after they won a lottery, and basically the whole thing shattered when the husband was found dead in the swimming pool. I think this book had too many plot twists for my liking. There was plot twist after plot twist after plot twist after plot twist. At one point, I just had no idea what was happening, and there was way too many characters, and I was a little bit overwhelmed, so I would give it a 3 out of 5 star. It took me around a week to finish just because, like I said, there were so many plot twists that at one point it just felt very underwhelming with all the surprises that they gave us. So 3 out of 5 star. I don't know if I would recommend it. And then we got the ACOTAR series, and you already know, 5 out of 5 stars. I would do anything again to read these books for the first time. It is such a good series. I still think about it till this day. I've actually reread 2 of the books again because it was that good. Just like any other fantasy series, I do find that it takes some time to set up the world, but once you do dive into it, it is so worth it. If you love fantasy, you love romance, you like high stake emotional drama, you like adventure, you like war, you like strategies, this is the series for you. It is a little bit spicy, but it's good spicy because, you know, you get excited for the characters. And I am still obsessed with a bunch of the characters in this book. If you know, you know. I don't want to ruin it for you, especially for those who are reading it for the first time. Let me just tell you, it is an emotional roller coaster that you want to go on again and again and again and again. 5 out of 5 stars, Sarah J. Maas. I love this series so much. Speaking of authors that I love, I have to include Lynn Painter. I read 3 of her books this year, and honestly, they are all 5 out of 5 star books for me. I'm sure you guys heard me raving about her multiple times. Her books are all really similar in a sense that they are YA novels that are cute, they are feel-good romance. They not only have a main plot of romance, but they also have a subplot of family, self-development, friendship, and so much more. They get me laughing, crying, swooning, and everything else. If you like K-dramas, I really think that you will really like her writing. They're really easy to read. I give all of her books 5 out of 5 star, and I have to talk about how beautiful and cute her book covers are. If they're able to rate a book cover ratings, I would say these are so cute, 5 out of 5 star, and I can't wait to read her new book, which I do have over there. It is nothing like the movies. Can't wait to read that. So I read a few YA thrillers this year, and one of the ones I really like is The Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I believe they already made this book into a Netflix series, but this book, even though it is YA, it is super fast-paced, it is high stake, and it is pretty intense. It is about a teen investigator named Pip reopening a local murder mystery case. It is a fast-paced thriller. I finished the first book in 1 day, and I ended up reading the second book in 2 days. I haven't read the third book yet, so let me know if you would recommend it. I give this series a 4 out of 5 star. Another YA mystery, we got The Inheritance Game, and this book is another New York Times bestseller, and it is a bestseller for a reason. If you like puzzles, if you like high stake drama, if you like secrets, undiscovering them, you would really like this series. I personally also really like the subplot of romance in this book as well. Same thing, I read the first 2 books really fast paced and finished it right away. I didn't read the last one, so let me know if it's worth it. I give the series also a 4 out of 5 star. Next up, we got Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zimmerman. This book is so beautiful. It is beautifully written. It's basically about romance as well as friendship. It is 2 friends starting up a video game empire together. Normally, I'm not interested in that type of plot, but this book was so well written. It is so emotional, so thought-provoking. It is, yeah, like as John Green said, one of the best books I have ever read. I give this book a 5 out of 5 star. It feels really long, but also not long enough at the same time. Felt like I read 4 different plots within 1 book. I finished this book in 2 days, and I actually read it again afterwards again, and I think the more I read it, the more I like it. Highly recommend, 5 out of 5 stars, for sure a 2024 favorite. I read 2 books by Ali Hazelwood. The first one is her New York Times bestseller, Love Theoretically. This book I give a 4 out of 5 star. It had great banter, great chemistry, slightly spicy, but it was so fun to read. I finished it within one day. And because of that, I ended up reading her other book, which is Love on the Brain. This book I would give a 3 out of 5 star. I think maybe I read it too close together, but it really felt like the same plot, the same setting, just different characters and slightly choppier. And it was more spicy, but I felt like I said, it didn't build up as much for me. However, I do find that her writing to be super easy to read, and I do recommend her books. I think just don't read them too close together. But yeah, if you're gonna give her books a try, give this one a try first. Next up, we got Good Material, and this is one of those books that I really, really wanted to love. It's also a New York Times bestseller and was actually recommended to me by my publisher. However, I would give this book a 3 out of 5 star. It's basically about a comedian that is going through a very, very intense breakup and how he kind of builds himself back up again. It is very unhinged, which is good and also bad at the same time. I felt like I was reading his mistakes again and again and again. It was just getting so frustrating for me. But I think that if you're going through a breakup, you might actually find this book to be really relatable. It is very nice to finally see a perspective from a man's side of the view when it comes to overall breakup. But yeah, I give it a 3 out of 5 star. It was just a bit slow for me, so it took me a while to finish, but the writing was really nice. Speaking of unpredictable and unhinged, we got The Yellow Face, and oh my goodness, this book is so fun to read. I recommend it to every single person. It's basically about a struggling author who steals a manuscript from a deceased friend, and the lies just get spiral out of control. It is darkly funny. It gets you gasping the whole time. I read this book on the plane, and every few pages I had to put the book down and I had to gasp and be like, what just happened? It was so good. I give this book a 4.5 out of 5 star. Highly recommend. It talks about culture appropriation as well as the publishing world, but it's just a great book to read overall. The writing is amazing. Lastly, I'm just going to quickly go over some of the books that I already reviewed 2 vlogs ago. So we got The Cruel Prince, 3 out of 5 star. We got Taylor Jenkins Reid's One True Love, 4 out of 5 star. Sarah J. Maas, Throne of Glass, Heir of Fire, Crown of Midnight, 5 out of 5 star. One of Us is Lying, 3.75 out of 5 star. Anyways, this wraps up all the books I read in 2024 and 2023. I hope you guys like this book wrap up. I have so many books, a whole bag of books and a whole shelf of books that I'm still reading. I'm definitely going to finish the Throne of Glass series end of this year. But I hope you guys like it, and let me know if you guys want more book reviews. And I'm also going to reopen my book club soon again, so I'll include the Discord down below so we can read together. Anyways, I am starving, so let's go make some dinner together. I still can't believe we only have 9 days left of 2024. Where did the time go? With Christmas just around the corner, I want to take this moment to wish you all the happiest holiday season. You have truly been my biggest gift this year, and I'm endlessly grateful for each and every one of you for being here with me through all the ups and downs and everything in between. Thank you so much for staying by my side, for all your kindness, and for putting the biggest smile on my face every single day. I hope your holidays are filled with so much yummy food, warm memories, and time spent with the people that you love. You deserve all the joy in the world, and I love you all so much. I'll see you on the 31st for the very last video of 2024. Sending you all the biggest hug and the happiest wishes. I love you so much. See you next week. Bye!